Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to another video for you guys today. We weren't even meant to be streaming today, but after all the news that popped down the last 24 hours, it would be silly if we didn't bust a little stream and discuss all the news that's been popping up. Obviously,
Especially if it's
talk about the
Christensen.
Christensen contract negotiations because I know that's going to be on everybody's lips. This is definitely going to be an interesting stream about it because I think we do have to look at both sides of the story on this, and everyone's just looking at the club side of it. And I understand the club comes first and everything like that, but I also kind of understand where both parties are going at, and we're going to delve into it in this video as well. But let us know all your thoughts in the comment section as well while we start the stream up. We'll talk about the Werner and United links that have also popped up today. That will be an interesting one too. I don't really think he'll be moving there regardless, but we will discuss it anyway, and we'll get a few questions from you guys to wrap around the stream. I don't know how long we're going to be going for because I do need to get ready and head out to Watford away as well. But we'll delve into it. Like we've already been talking about this backstage before we even started the stream. That's why we've started this a lot earlier than we usually do, because I'd rather we have this discussion on stream. But there's two different sides to look at it, and both sides are fair in how they're acting and their points of view for the situation. But I do think you have to look at both perspectives. Big up everyone that's locked in though. Smash the like and subscribe button. And let's get into it. Alex, first off, how's the last 24 hours been for you, my guy?
Well, I tell you what, people just can't let it go that the whole game about a Sunday game, and I'm kind of tired of it. I know we're not playing well, I know we're not doing well, but telling some players are not actually not capable of, I don't know, going really personal about especially Werner. I know he's not in a great form, but call him incapable of kicking the ball, and he's a professional footballer. Is and going after him and calling his names and stuff. Kind of getting a little bit old. He's still a Chelsea player. I agree. He needs to figure it out. His position, his what he wants. Gets his mojo back, but he definitely needs to be benched and get himself into the game. But going personal on a guy, I just don't think it's the right thing to do. So, otherwise, great.
Yeah, you know what? I do agree with you on that. As frustrated as we are about Timo Werner's form and his finishing, he's still a human being and everything
Exactly.
like that. We do need to treat him like one too. So I do agree with you on that.
Quick
Personally,
thing.
I've been a bit harsh on him too, so I do need to cut him up.
It's not like I was on earlier talking to some people, and I looked at the game again, and I see what they say, and I see his positioning awareness. What frustrated me second time I watched the game. I don't want to get in. It's just hello. So for me, is the biggest thing is if people think we should boo him on in the stadium, you out of your mind.
Like
If
people are
you think,
saying boo him.
yeah,
Yeah, we
people say
shouldn't boo
that
him.
we should, yeah, in the stadium you can say whatever you want at the stadium, but it will not help if you will boo him in the stadium. Do you think that will improve his confidence or anything? It's just absurd. So,
Nah, no chance. I have the reverse effect. So I fully agree with you on that. And anyone saying booing him is just deluded as fuck because no one's going to do that anyway. In spite of all the misses, he's still one of the most chanted Chelsea players at grounds. So he at least gets the support from the match going fans. Josh, what are you saying, bro? You all good?
Yeah, man, doing well. Some interesting news dropped last night, but it sort of makes a little bit of sense considering the last few games not seeing Christensen. So, it'd be interesting to hear everyone's take on it. I understand from both sides, but I'm interested to hear what everyone has to say. I got a few opinions about it myself. So.
Oh boy, Kazi wants a link. We're in trouble. Let's go. Fuck it. All right, where's Kazi? I'll send you the link.
Could Jem have been right?
Bro? You all good?
Yeah, not too bad. Hella tired, but I agree that it was the news didn't surprise me. I'll be honest. I tweeted this last night. Didn't surprise me in the slightest after hearing it. And I think
Don't give CD a C1
C1,
link.
DM me, bro.
He will put me to sleep, man, with his voice.
Oh no, wait, I found you at one sec.
but yeah, I think that I will say I think the side from Tuchel, I think isn't just from Tuchel. I think it's him and the club, but I think it's a joint thing where I don't think he wanted to be involved, but has got involved because of the ongoing issues that have happened. Because
Yeah,
it
like,
is causing issues.
I haven't really got anything against Tuchel coming out publicly with it. Like, it's a motive from the club, I think, to try and it's a last-ditch attempt to try and get Christensen to sign before January. And it makes sense. It's a good method, to be honest. I understand that. But people are saying that you should have just signed the first 1 or 2 times. Like, you got to look at probably the context behind it for me. Like, I think the first time they signed the contract, they were offering contract negotiations. He's starting to see the likes of Rudiger pushing for more wages. And I've already said, if Rudiger's pushing for like 170k a week to 200k a week, then there's no reason why AC shouldn't be pushing for the same thing as well, because they've both been performing at the same level this entire year. So if one should be on this sort of wage, there's no reason why the other should be on that wage too. And then when we're saying the second negotiations, he asked for less years and he got less years. The only reason why he asked for less years was so he could renegotiate in a year or two's time and try and get those higher wages. And I think he only said that in the hope that potentially they'd come back with a higher wage deal for him. But instead they accepted the lesser years, which I think he used as a method, but he didn't necessarily want the lesser years. He wanted the higher wage. So now he's not really accepting it because at the end of the day, it is just about the money.
So actually, they accepted his only 2-year contract or 3-year contract.
So
Yeah.
Chelsea agreed. Chelsea agreed to both of
He
it.
wanted
That's
to negotiate in a year or
you
two's time.
little
that's the
twat.
problem here is that
Yeah.
from Chelsea's point of view, like Chelsea have said yes to both of his, or he said yes to both offers and then refused to sign them. And
Yeah.
like,
I think personally, it's like the same thing with Rudiger. They're both realizing their worth.
yeah,
So if
okay,
you're
but
getting angry at one,
he's
you're getting
sneaky.
angry at
here's
the
my
other.
thing.
That's
Here's my
man,
thing.
He's the best
Go
Nicky.
realize
One at a time.
Or he
realize your worth.
snaked him. Or he snaked him.
time.
Let's put it
One at a
like that.
Go
He
realize your
sneaky,
worth
sneaky.
somewhere else then, if that's the thing.
No,
Because
but I
listen,
think-
before
No, like, I'd
Tuchel,
understand
before
that if he was
Tuchel, both
asking
these
for
dudes were on
200K
the
a week.
bench, man. But
No.
before Tuchel, these two dudes were on the bench. All right, so I don't
Mhm.
want to hear, before Tuchel, these two guys were killing it. No, Lampard had them on the bench, man. And so I think they need to take a look at. Don't look a gift horse in the face, man. Like you have Tuchel here who's turned both these guys into right now what most would consider world-class center backs, or at least top tier center backs. And it's very disrespectful to kind of sit there and say, okay, well now I have negotiating power, so you're going to do what I say. Sorry, if we could get Jules Koundé and Matthias de Ligt to replace both those guys, it is what it is, man. Sorry.
I don't think it's a case of going against Tuchel though. Like, this is negotiations with the board.
He's the manager, man. Like, you go against him, you go against the club. It's all
But
the
he's
same
not
thing.
going against the manager. These are negotiations with the club.
But the thing
Tuchel's
is,
only done this because he wants him to sign. And you know what? It's a good method to do it. If that makes
I was
if
gonna
it
say,
quickens
I've
up negotiations, go for it. Like, I'm
I've
not
mentioned
against anything Tuchel's done.
I've mentioned this before. There is precedent for this. There is previous of this. This isn't just with the Tuchel thing in the comments with what's happened. There is previous of this, and it's happened before. Like I tweeted last night. I just hope it goes better than that situation did. So
Yeah, and also, if we do want to talk about players' form, like, you got to remember Rudiger and Christensen before Lampard. Christensen balled out under Conte. Rudiger balled out under Sarri. In fact, Rudiger probably balled out under both of them, to be honest.
He was our best centre back on the Sorry.
Yeah, so it's not literally just been these players have been good under Thomas Tuchel.
But you could argue that
balled out in the back four and won us the Europa League.
Yeah, but you could say he was the best center back under Sarri in a defense that was pretty shit for the most part. Let's be honest. So everyone was complaining. Everybody was
in the league that season. They weren't poor.
Everybody was complaining about that, leaking goals, getting piped by City.
We were complaining about our fullbacks because Aspie had one of his worst seasons in a Chelsea shirt, and Alonso is just shit.
And even David Luiz was dropping clangers at nearly every game.
I think, Josh, it was more we had embarrassing defeats in isolation, like Brent.
All right, I'm back.
like you look at if you look at the City
City
game, for example, because I was at that game, Like a lot of it came from Alonso, defensively speaking.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
as a
just-
system,
and just
the
on
team
midfield.
was good.
Here's-
It was
here's my-
individuals that
I
let us
agree.
down.
Here's my thing about Christensen. Christensen played longer, better career. How to explain? How to say it better?
He's
Christensen
played better longer.
better at a longest period of time.
Longer stint.
Thank you, C1. Thank you. My thing is, for me, the reason why Tuchel got in, it's because I think he actually told Tuchel that he accepted. I think he the way I understand is he was saying, "Yeah, I'm happy at the club. I want to be at the club," and he's saying that to Tuchel, not to the board, because the board doesn't see him. The only person who Christensen see it's the coaching staff. He doesn't see it Marina when they meet. The only people seeing Marina is the people that represent Christensen. So what happens is he's talking to Tuchel that he agree, and all of a sudden
I
they
agree.
saying Tuchel that he's not signing it. He changed his
Yeah.
mind. So that becomes personal to Tuchel. That's the
Right.
reason why he actually start talking.
Which is why he told him to say, walk the walk, talk the talk.
Yes,
like you say you want to be
exactly.
here, then be here. Like don't
that
listen,
sentence
Trevor
is
just signed a
personal.
5-year deal, my man, and he plays your position. So
Exactly.
I got no problem
He-
playing him.
For me, I
Took
Go
that
on.
sorry, Kazi. That sentence is personal, like walk to walk. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
something that you're just not saying it because you're saying it. That's saying it because somebody told you
yeah, Tuchel's a bit pissed
personally.
off. I
So
feel
Yeah,
like
he said,
Yeah,
don't
go
tell
on.
me you want to sign and then go tell your team, hold on, no. Like maybe Barca might want me. Okay, go to Barca, dude.
But then
I'm
is
tired.
that
Can I
Who
is
said
that
anything about
agent in
Barca?
his
I
ear?
never heard.
Kazi
I never heard
wanted
them
to say
looking at
That
Barca.
there was a team. If you read the article,
Barca.
there was a team that came in for him after the 5-year deal collapsed, and they said, "Oh, we'll go to 3." Barca, I guess, showed some interest in him. So
No,
that's
but
when his
Barca
team was like,
have
Barca
showed
have been
interest in him
interested.
every year,
Yeah,
and he
Barca
hasn't
have been
gone.
interested in for a while.
yeah, but I guess this was like personal contact with his team. Like, oh hey,
No, but
we
like
might be
they've had that personal
you can't
contact.
have it.
Barca have been
You can't
interested
have
for
a
ages.
personal contact until
Well, they
January.
do. Let's be honest, they definitely do.
The,
Like, if you
Christensen
don't think Real
wants to
Madrid
stay.
has
It's
talked
just
to
Christensen wants to be
Mbappe, you're
given a
crazy.
fair amount, and I think that's
Chelsea,
fair. Same thing
Chelsea
with
can
Rudiger.
sue him. Can sue Barca if they actually did it.
no, they
They
can
only-
speak to the agent.
The only
They
way
can speak to
works
the
is you
agent.
approach the club and clubs let you talk to the personal. That's why how we got burned with
Burned,
Calcutta.
Yeah.
Do you guys
You're not
thing is-
allowed to speak. There's like a voice somewhere like, yeah, we hear that Barcelona is interested. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
personal
I also
talks,
think,
you're not allowed.
I also think what's called, you see, like in terms of like Christensen, like I'm not too sure if everything is just raw, because sometimes reporters they can spin something, but from what I understand, he agreed a 5-year contract, and then he wanted a 3-year contract. The club offered him a 3-year contract. Then he didn't. Then he was still not signing it. So
Yeah.
for me, it seems like it's a bit different than from Rudiger. You can't really put Rudiger in a position here.
Yeah,
Rudiger,
there's
and
two
Matisse
different
Rudiger
things.
last night.
hang on. You see,
Go on.
Rudiger, I feel like Rudiger, he stood by his word
Yeah.
from the get go. He said what's called, I want this amount with this amount, what not, and he stuck with it. And Tuchel's continued to play him, but Christensen hasn't done that. So you can clearly see there's a different in treatment.
And-
Otherwise, if it wasn't because he didn't want a contract, then Rudiger wouldn't be playing. Like
But
it's clearly something
Rudiger
different.
also doesn't have a guy who just signed a new 5-year deal behind him either. So it's like they could. He's in a little bit more.
Well,
He
but
has a
look at
little
what you
bit more
just put in there,
power
we're
than
buying.
Christensen.
We're buying a centre. We're also we're looking for a centre back though. We are. Like
They don't want
I'm
neither
pretty
of
sure.
them.
I'm pretty sure Rudiger actually uses his eyes in seeing that Chelsea are looking for a centre back.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
Aspilicueta rejected the 1-year contract.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like these Aspilicueta.
You
You
end up
sign
in a
that.
crisis.
Aspilicueta should sign that 1-year contract or leave, bro. You're 32 years
Right.
old, man. I'm sorry, you
Agreed.
ain't got that time. Man.
No, but Aspi
get
still needed for his leadership values and what he
Yeah.
brings to the dressing room.
And
Same
a
thing
squad
with the
depth.
others.
sign
so-
that
And a
1-year
squad depth.
contract, man. Sign that.
I think offer him at least 2 minimum.
Nah, he
No.
just needs one.
No.
Just one?
One
Yeah,
year contract.
I think he just needs to stay one more year. and
One more
we'll be
year and
fine.
leave, bro. Big man
He
thing.
already doesn't play now. So like, why have him on for
Then
2
we're
more
gonna
years?
have a busy transfer periods coming.
Yeah,
up.
and if our attack doesn't bang this season, we might.
By
be
the way,
spending
guys, I was
massive
gonna ask
money.
everybody,
Here's
what
the
if
thing: like everything's been leaked except how much that was offered to Christensen from the start. Now, why
That's
is that?
Because one, I think it's about
Because I
contract
think
length,
it doesn't matter.
I don't think he wants
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
I think it does.
I don't think he
I
wants
don't
money.
think it
though.
does on
I don't
this
think he
on
wants
this
money.
occasion. Because, like Kazi
Because
said,
that's the whole
the
reason
whole-
why he asked for less years, because the money wasn't good
No, I
enough,
know,
and
but
initially he was going to want to extend it in a year or two's time
this
and get
whole
those
issue-
wages.
this whole issue doesn't come from the money being offered unless the money being offered is insulting. And if it was insulting, we would have heard about it.
You
We
would've
heard
reported
about it with Rudiger.
Yeah,
No,
we've
yeah,
got
because you
100
forget he was
Well,
gonna
maybe the club.
sign.
Well, no, because the club's leaking what they want to leak. That's why this whole thing's come out yesterday. It's been a last-ditch attempt to try and get him to re-sign
Lewis,
before January because he's
remember?
more likely to sign than Rudiger is right now.
Yeah,
but this-
Lewis, remember
That's a
when
good
the
point,
first
though.
when
Josh, you
the
have a good
first
point.
contract when the first offer was offered to Christensen, he was ready to sign it.
Exactly. Is it?
He,
Of course.
the-
I know, and I've said what I think is that he's seen what's happening with Rudiger, and he's seen the amount that
Exactly.
he's pushing
That's
for,
definitely.
Yeah,
and
I agree with that.
realized his worth. That's what I think it is.
Yeah,
Is
Same
he,
Because, like
way
I
as
said,
Anthony
the first
Werner.
offer could have
is he
been
worth the
insulting.
same
That's
as
why we've
Rudiger?
never
Like,
heard about it.
I don't know
think
that
he
you
would-
Do you
I
think it's
think-
his agents though? It's realizing that.
Of
yeah.
course,
His
it
dad-
is.
his
Wait,
dad's
it
his agent.
Of course,
And-
it's agents. But
It-
at the end of the day, if you give your word that you sign in a contract, it comes
Well,
on you
fine.
too. Not
Exactly,
only
and
you.
it-
I
it-
know,
it's
but
about
like, we
now.
can't, we
Comes from-
can't do this verbal agreement thing in football because look at the Kane and Levy thing over the summer,
That's
for
true,
example.
that's
Here's
Look at the
here's-
Thibaut Courtois situation when we gave him a verbal agreement saying that he could leave after the World Cup, and we didn't, and he had to force his way out.
Well, that's
Verbal
what he said.
agreements
That's
could mean
never
shit.
what the club said.
Lewis,
That's
he-
what
That's
he
what
said.
Christensen said.
Football.
Christensen promised the club. The club never promised him. He went up to club, said, "I would like a 5-year contract." They offered him a 5-year contract. He doesn't want that. He wants a 3-year
Look,
contract. Then he
Look,
offered him a 3-year contract. So surely
Look,
it's him that's playing the game.
it's
I don't think it's
he-
us. That's us.
here's
No,
how it
I
is,
think he
Lewis.
just wanted a fair amount because we're seeing
Lewis,
Rudiger complain about
Lewis,
his
I
amount
think
too.
you
I
can,
don't
I
think
can,
it's
I
money.
can
I
feel,
think
I start to
it's-
feel your agenda a little bit, Lewis.
Fair enough, innit? That's why.
Well, like,
that's why I wanted the group discussion.
Here's
innit? I wasn't
here's
gonna
how
do a solo thing.
here's how I see it. The problem is you're saying that verbal agreement doesn't matter. It does matter in these circumstances because he said, "I will sign the contract if you will meet me at these things," and the club said yes. So that's not verbal agreement.
was. And this is the thing. And
You see what I'm saying?
he's mentioned this last night.
They
in a
met
space.
his requirements and he backed out of it. So it's not verbal agreement. It's actual
Isn't
offer
that what
from him.
negotiations are about?
But it's different. So
No.
Matisse
You
mentioned
can't
this last
change
night
that.
in a-
You can't
Yeah.
back up.
Yeah,
Why
Lewis,
we
like if you
saying
negotiate
Villarreal?
with me, if you negotiate with me and I say, okay, I'm cool with that, and then I'm gonna go, and then I don't sign what we negotiated on, then what was the whole negotiation
upset,
for?
Done it
remember
twice,
we
though. We've done it
upset with
twice now.
Kunde when Kunde didn't sign it because Villarreal changed their mind, and how
Yeah.
upset we are was like why they changed their mind, why they upped the
When who?
offer on Kunde
Sevilla.
Kunde.
Oh,
Sevilla.
Sevilla.
with Sevilla. Remember
Even
we
West Ham
agree on
tried
a
it.
deal, and all of a sudden they said no,
Even
and
West
we're
Ham
like,
tried
oh
it.
no.
Even West Ham tried that, man. Even West
Like,
Ham tried
I
it.
don't- I don't see the club changing their stance on this because I think they feel a little bit burnt. So that's why they're putting the pressure on Christensen to say, like, tell your team to get it done, or we move on, man. Sorry, they have other center back targets. We've all read the names. Like, yeah, I don't think it's a money thing at all because obviously I think the money terms have been agreed. The years were apparently agreed. If he wanted to do 3 years and then revisit the money in a year and a half, club
Don't
I think
piss
was
off
okay to do that.
Marina. Don't piss Marina off, man.
With me,
Oh,
I want to just hear what the amounts were from the start because I think that would put.
But the
that
thing
would
is,
answer a
I
lot
think
of
it was
if this-
140 for Christensen.
No, that
More than
was
fair.
But the problem is they have him and his
questions.
team.
No one's really put an amount out there.
Him and his team have put themselves in this
Original
position
offer
because
before that 3-year contract negotiation, it was 140.
That,
Regardless
Scott's right. Like he's put himself, this team, and his team at least has put him in this position where the
Exactly.
club called the club called your bluff by saying, okay, we'll do both deals, whatever one you want, we're in.
Yo,
but
And
can
then
I
now
answer
it's
somebody in chat real quick?
yeah.
Donald, I don't know if Kundi is coming. What kind of question is that? Is Kundi
I don't
coming?
want
Question
him, bro.
mark.
Kunde's likely to come anyway, I think.
I don't want him,
I
bro.
won't say like
I don't want him
confirmed,
either.
but
I
He
watched
look
him a
like
couple
a
of times
Teletubby.
now. I
watched
don't
him in
want
the
him.
France game. I watched him in the France game. He looked like a Teletubby, man.
Every
I'm sorry,
time I
like,
watch that,
He
bro,
plays right back
he
as
looks
well.
like-
So
he
judging him
looks
for France
he
is a
looks
bit.
so short, man, as well, man. I'm sorry.
it's
like,
not even France. I just don't, I'm not. I don't. When I watch him, I'm not confident in him, bro. I can't lie.
And for 80 million,
come
Fuck
on
me.
now. Come on now. Even the lit, man.
all
I'm not-
those
I don't believe
all those
either.
names that we've been linked up with.
They're not good enough. Let's be real.
Juventus center back, like really?
No, I feel like the lit, yeah, I'll take him, but not for not
Delic
like
is a
100
good
million.
player, guys. Delic is a good
He's
player,
good,
man.
Yeah, I
but
like
I
him.
don't think he's good enough to
he is,
replace
but like the
Rudiger.
wages and the fee overall is going to be a
But
lot.
are
to
those
ask.
players upgrades on the ones we have?
No,
I no,
Are
but
good.
thing is, I think Tuchel was good. I think Tuchel
Kunde is
clearly
not
sees
better
someone
than
like a
Ake.
lit, man. What? Kunde
nah,
is
Somebody
he's
better
better
than
put
than
Ake.
he's
Kunde
better
is
than
better than
Ake.
Ake.
No, he's better
Ake-
than Ake.
Right.
Come on, man. He's better than
2019,
Ake,
only
man.
6-0 Man City and 4-0 Bournemouth. Otherwise, not bad. Bro, our away record sucked that season. I think we won like 3 games in the league, and that was about it. We were horrendous. Moyo says it's his dad. AC is quiet and he won't reject his dad. I do think agents come into account on this, definitely. It comes into account
Because like
for
I've been trying
Yeah.
to say
always
for
come into their percentage.
most of the stream, it comes from experience. You look at Rudiger. Rudiger has been at Stuttgart, he's been at Roma, he's been at us, obviously. Him and his team are used to dealing with new contracts and bigger contracts. So they know what they want off the bat, and like this happened, they're not changing. Because they know what they want off the bat, and his stance has never changed. With Christensen, he's only ever had to negotiate with us as a club, I think. I can't remember if he hasn't played for anyone else permanently, I don't think.
No.
And so there's just a lack of experience of negotiating at the higher level. So if that's why I say the money doesn't matter, because if he just said what he wanted from the start with the money and was like, this is what I want from the money, this is how many years, and it doesn't change, then he's in the same position as Rudiger. But it's like, oh cool, I want the 3 years and I want this amount. Oh, but now you said I'll have the 3 years and this amount. Oh, I don't actually know if I want this amount. I want a bit more because I feel like that doesn't truly reflect my position. But you've already said I'll accept that. You've lost the bargaining power now because you've already said I'm going to
I
accept this.
understand where you're coming from with that one.
I'm going to accept this amount, but I won't accept this
actually
amount.
really
Now. So the
good
club are
point.
like, well,
Yeah, no, that's
we're doing everything right,
That's a really good point, Scott.
and as well,
Maybe it is a case of
now
maybe
affecting
it's a
the
case of
team.
like not being in this situation before. That does come into account a little bit
Yeah.
too. What I really want to know though is what the initial offers were. Like we ain't gonna know it until it comes out, I guess. But that's what I want to know. But
Well,
I think with the club as well, I think they're pushing
like-
this because they know Christensen's the better long-term option for them. As things
Yeah.
stand, it look like Rudiger's going to leave.
Watch him sign
looks like
before
a
the
bit of
game
a
today. Watch him
Let's
sign
go, boys.
before the game today.
Um,
Nah,
And
it won't
start.
happen.
Nah,
I
It won't
bet you.
happen.
wouldn't you
You'll
say,
At least you'll be
Louis?
waiting
Do
a
you
few
think?
weeks.
Do you think those offers were made before they went on this good run this last year and a half since Tuchel came in, since
No,
like January or
no,
whatever
no.
it was?
No, I think
Because
he
we
would have
don't
been
make-
off
think it was
we don't
last
make-
season at least.
So we didn't make a offer when they had 2 years left on their contract. When they
We're
had
planning
3
to
years
sell
left.
their asses, man.
We
They're planning to
did.
get sold.
We did. They all got the offers. When Lampard was there, they all got the offers. 2 years. It's automatic thing.
That's
They
that's
ju-
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
they
they
did.
didn't perform to that level when Tuchel before. So the offer when Lampard was there was probably even lower than it
Yeah.
is now.
Well, Alex, I
100%.
don't know that they did negotiate when Lampard was there because I think they might have asked Lampard, "What do you think about
It
Rudiger
doesn't
and
have,
Christian?"
no. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. What it works is automatically triggers renegotiation. If the club values them, look, it doesn't matter if clubs doesn't value them. They still want them to sign
Exactly.
because the value is going down immediately. They're not just gonna not negotiate. They will. Even if
They
it's same
sign
yeah,
everybody to a new
everybody.
Contract.
Doesn't
Even
matter. Why do
Bakayoko.
you
They,
think we
he's
signed
had how many
Bakayoko
new
still?
exactly.
Bakayoko just re-signed the new contract.
Well, I think
Literally,
that was a club option. I believe the club extended
No,
him.
no.
It was a new
Of course,
contract.
it's a club option. But what I'm saying is, you will sign. They will if they. There is no such a thing as bad enough player to let him go if he's under 30. Over 30, they can let you go, and not renegotiate the thing.
Okay, still here, bro.
But under 30, they will sign the worst players, any kind of player.
But
because
Redneck, even over 30, we signed Giroud to a new 1-year contract so we can
and
sell
one
him for 2
optional.
million.
Yeah.
Like,
I
you know
know
what I mean? Like,
you're
we do
saying.
stuff like that just
Yeah,
to
we
keep them on
do.
so we can get any form of money or something or whatever we
Exactly.
can
Sure, the
from
other
it.
month.
Doesn't matter how much,
You got
how
done dirty,
bad of
bro.
a player
You got
we
done
will
dirty.
re-sign them. So it was offer for both of them during Lampard. They just it was low, and they probably turned it down and ready to be sold.
Yeah.
Sold. Sorry, sold.
So all I'm saying is I understand like the disappointment in terms of like, well, I think Christensen he's playing he's negotiating in like public eye. He's negotiating from what he's hearing other players are getting, because there's no other, because I can see it, like if he sees Rudiger's offering is asking for 200K and the club are in a difficult position, he knows the club doesn't want to lose both and they value him more. They've always valued him more. So why wouldn't he ask for, if they say yes to a reduction in contract, they say yes to this and that, why not push one more? I think that's what he's doing, and it just didn't work for him. You know what I mean?
In
I don't
terms
think he
of,
really wants
I
to
will
go.
say,
I don't think he
Yeah,
like
I'm
he's
not
like
even worried past
it's
this.
that
It's still
serious. I
gonna
think
be
he's
tough.
he just looked at it like, can I get more
I think
money?
Marino.
You know what I
I
mean?
will
Like,
say that with the
I think
valuation, I
Marino
will say,
won't give him a budge, bro. She'll be like, nah, man.
no, it's
No,
it's. I don't think he's gonna get anything, but I think he
Bro,
just
he won't
didn't.
get nothing
He
by
just
this,
saw
man.
an opportunity to get more money and he took it. It's not gonna work, but
It's not gonna work, man.
on the
If
I'm
you
not
listen
mad at
valuation
the man.
thing,
I'm not mad at him
if
trying to
you
get,
listen to if you listen to
I'll do it
Tuchel
too.
before the
money.
international break, he thought that shit was done in like the next day or two. He's like, "Yeah, I think by
Yeah.
Monday we should have some good news," and that was right before the break. So he's clearly pissed off on a personal level.
yeah,
That
on
he
a
feels,
personal
I think
level,
he feels
exactly.
lied to.
I don't
But
think it's
like,
that. I think it's just a case of like, you look at, like, he understands how much pressure there is at Chelsea, and he understands what he has to build. And two of our if both leave, we're losing two centre backs of our squad that will leave us with four centre
I don't
backs.
think he thinks of that.
Well, he has to. Like, you
I
can't
mean, of
just
course he
be
does
that
too.
short-sighted as a
But
manager.
when I think Christensen pissed him off personally. I think
I just think
Christensen pissed him
it's a
off
case of
personally.
he's looking at what's going to happen next season if they both leave.
By the
'Cause
way,
you've
I
got-
always want to ask the question, like the whole people, everybody at Chelsea. Do you think we are good defensively because how good a defense is, or how good Tuchel made the
Both.
defense structure?
Oh.
I think it's a majority Tuchel.
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree.
That's
Just my
that's
opinion.
Tuchel's
I
system
think it's
definitely, but
and
you
you
do
know
have
what? I
to
think there's some element of Tuchel feeling like I can
I
I
made
made
you.
you who you are.
Yeah, yeah.
no, not I made you who you are, but
I
can
made you.
I can
bro.
put somebody else in
It's
this
both.
system and make them work. Like, don't
Yeah.
Exactly. He'll
like.
he'll
Let me
Yeah,
say
no,
this.
no, like,
Let me say this
Tuchel's
clearly,
system
right?
is Tuchel's system's a very big reason for it, but like, a lot of people are sitting and saying that Tuchel can put any defender in the system and make it work.
That's
No,
what you
look
said.
at
You saw that last
look at
season.
Zuma.
No.
You
Not
see
any,
Hazard
not any defender. But listen, Chalobah. I think Chalobah and the Koundé thing opened his eyes, right? And you
Yeah,
saw
but
him. He's very
Chalobah's not
open.
been-
He's very open in what he says,
Here's
right?
the thing:
Because he was
Chalobah's
like,
a quality player, though. That's why he's suited the system too. Rudiger's a quality
I know,
player.
but hear
The
what
thing
I'm.
is with
I
the
know.
thing is
I
with
hear what I'm
Chalobah
saying, though.
is, as we have seen this season, there have been times with Chalobah where he's still been beaten far too easily in
When?
certain games.
When?
So that
Yeah, I was
shows
saying,
you.
I have to
When?
give
I
this
haven't seen
example.
that.
That's why.
When?
Brentford,
Only
the
one-
Villa
That
game,
was
and
good.
the
Hold on,
Villa
one
game
second.
against
Wait,
Liverpool.
wait, stop,
And I let
stop.
my finish
Because
my
everyone's
point,
asking
please.
when, but you
I
can't let
keep
him
getting
say.
interrupted.
Go on,
Piss
Scott.
me off.
Let Scott finish, man.
So you look at a Brentford game when Tony started focusing on him. You look at an Aston Villa game. Yeah, he was the better of the three centre backs, but there was still times, especially I think it was the goal and
The Carabao Cup game. Aston
the
Villa Carabao
United
Cup
game.
game.
Yes.
Wait,
Listen,
And yes, some of it comes down to age, but what that shows you is you can't just always input a player in. They've done as well as they can, yes, because the system's set up to help them, but then they have to perform in
Can
that
I
system.
say? Can I
Zuma didn't
answer
have,
you?
two-
Can I
wasn't
answer
it
you, Scott? Let me. Can I answer
Listen.
you? When you
Yeah, go
comes in as a statement saying at times he did this, that's not a good how you say it argument.
I think it
When
is.
you come
Because
when you
we've
comes
not
in
seen-
as when you comes in and saying as at times he does that, I'm okay with it. As young as he is, at times it's good.
exactly.
If
You
it's
acted like-
consistently, on
No,
the
but
day
what I'm
again.
trying to say is
That's
this,
right.
right?
At times,
When he
All
started,
Christensen tackles guys from behind and gets red cards. So at times, things like that happen.
Oh
Like
That's
man,
what happens.
Lewis,
That's what happens
That's
under
not in
Tuchel, though.
Tuchel's. That's
that's
literally in
no,
Exactly.
no. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Just
That's not the
it
point, right?
is, Lou.
Nice to
At
nice to know
times,
you,
at
Are we
Josh.
times it
going to bring up
happens.
Rudiger
Nice
under
to know
Lampard?
you,
It's not
Josh.
yeah, it was not.
I'll bring up
Guys,
game
guys,
up.
Hold on, let me
That's
say this. Let
why
me
I
say
brought
this.
this argument
When
up.
Tomori was
Burnley game,
when
yeah.
Tomori was here, when Christensen first got here, right, and they were starting games, the array of errors was every game. To missing the ball, that like they did those
When
things every game.
Christensen
They had
first
a
got him.
longer for us. They
When
had a
Christensen
longer,
first got him.
yeah, when he first started playing for us,
That was
I
not under Lampard.
like
no,
on a
that,
regular
that's
basis.
Daniel,
Under
Daniel,
Sarri,
Daniel.
under
I can't lie, bro. That's completely false. He balled out for the first 4 months under Conte
no, he
consistently.
did not. Balled
Yes,
out?
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
No,
We
he
brought
did not.
Please
we
put
brought him in
GoAM comment.
straight
Please
after
put
the
GoAM
3-0 loss
comment.
to Roma,
No, he did
and
not.
then he played game in and game out, and he balled out until the Barcelona draw.
Yeah, he was
Didn't
very
drop a
good.
I
single
don't know. I
mistake.
don't know what you. I don't know what you
I was at
consider
every
balling
game,
out.
bro.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
listen,
Daniel,
listen.
he
Single
was
bad
good.
performance.
Let
It
me
was
let
good,
me
man.
let me say this. I don't know what you guys consider balling out, but I consider what they're doing now balling out. Like somebody
Yeah,
said,
I agree.
Rudiger was great 2 years ago. We were conceding 38 goals
Put
in the league,
GoAM
40 goals in the
comment,
league.
Lewis.
We're conceding
100%, Daniel.
4 now. Do you know what the
I agree.
difference is? When you concede 38 goals and now you're conceding 4, that's a
That's what
different level
balling
of
out is. Yeah,
performance.
that's what balling is. That
That's
man.
what balling out
That's
is.
what
Like what
balling out
they're
is,
Yeah.
doing
man.
during
Man,
this run, this is balling out. This is I'm
I
seeing Christensen
he was
not
good
make
though. He was good
any
under
errors
Conte.
whatsoever. I
Bro,
see
I'll be
Christensen not
real.
getting
Andrew,
bullied whatsoever.
I'll be
It's
real. You need
different.
to look back at Christensen through October to February 17-18 because he was unbelievable when he first joined. For a
October
player
to
who first stepped into the first team out of nothing and had no game time at the top level before then,
Yeah.
he did ball out with the lack
he
of
did have
experience.
game time at the top level though.
Not
What
at
do you mean he had
Chelsea.
no game time
Daniel,
at the
Not
top
at
level? He played
Chelsea.
2 years in Germany and he was player of the
I'm talking about at
defender of the
Chelsea.
year.
This was his first
We're seeing
regular run out
Chalobah.
in the first team.
Okay, well the comparison I was making was Chalobah coming from Lille or not even Lille. What team did he
Lorient.
play for?
But if we're going to
Lorient.
glorify Chalobah's first start at
From
Chelsea,
Lorient.
I was going to say
And
that
then coming
season.
in
That's
and then coming in and being absolutely excellent, right? So
Yeah.
my whole thing is this is Tuchel might be looking at that and looking at some of the other young players that he has either on loan or whatever else and saying, yeah, I can do something with these guys if you guys really want to go.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think he's looked at, like, for me, even just for me watching, like what he's done with Chalo,
And again, Christensen
me
isn't
think,
leaving anyway, so it doesn't.
it makes me think, I think Christian will eventually sign, but like what he's done with Chalo makes me think that he can pretty much take any competent center back and make them
Who's
make them.
competent and centre back who's like people need to act here. Zilitia is not a bad centre back. He's a very good centre back. On the Tuchel, he could be great. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like he's playing in a
That's
in
what
high level.
that's what my question was. Do you think that we are that good defensively because individuals, or because of
both.
Tuchel
It's
actually?
still
I feel like it's half half. I feel like
Bro,
it's hand in
My
hand.
thing is this,
still both. It's
I
not
think
one
next year-
either way.
It's
but
both,
Scott,
it's both.
Scott, next year, right? Chalobah would have had a year experience playing for Chelsea, and not just playing for Chelsea, like playing the small games, the Norwich,
Yeah.
Aston Villa. He's played the biggest games this year. You know what I mean? He's played against Juve. He's played against Liverpool. He's played against all
He
all
won a
these
man
big
enough
teams.
against Juve, man. Come on now. Come
Yeah,
on.
so he's gaining a level of experience that will help him next year to become a senior player next year. He's not a youth player next year once he starts playing, right? In that back line. So it's I think Tuchel and it might be pride because a lot of managers have pride, but he might really feel like I can make some of these defenders what I want them to be if you guys really want to go. He might really
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
that way. I can make the
I tend
lick
to agree.
if he comes in. Like, come on, I can make him understand what to do. Blah blah blah. There's certain
No.
defenders that are who they are, regardless of where they play. Like Thiago
400
Silva was Thiago Silva under Lampard. Was Thiago Silva under Tuchel. He was still who he was. He never changed. So when we say, oh, this player was shit because of this manager, yeah, but Thiago Silva, world class players, that doesn't happen to them. They're world class regardless of who the manager is, right? I mean,
But when we
Thiago
talk
Silva
about
was who he
Thiago
was.
Silva,
So
we're not just talking about world class. We're talking about one of the best defenders of all time. So I think it's
Yeah,
a bit.
no,
the best
but
defender
even
of his generation.
But even like, how many
Wait,
managers?
what?
How
Wait,
many
what?
terrible
Wait, what?
guys? How many
What
terrible
generation?
managers do we have?
This
Like
What
generation,
generation?
when you're
Guys,
looking at
don't get triggered, man.
This
Oh wait, did he think I
generation,
was
bro.
talking about AC?
Bro, bro,
No, he's talking about Thiago Silva, man. Come on.
My
talking about
agenda ain't
Thiago,
that
bro.
shameless. Not
bruh,
yet.
bruh. Don't scare me, man. Don't scare me, man. Nah.
C1
The best of
C1
his
generation
generation.
is 2 years.
I don't
Bro,
blame
go on now. You don't scare me like
Bad
that,
new
man.
redneck,
And
man.
continue.
I'm
And
just say this.
continue.
I think Christensen stays when we're talking about the center back issue. I think he stays. He's gonna start it out. I think Rudiger goes, but I'm not as worried as most people when Rudiger goes. I'm really
Same
not.
thing.
Me
I'm
either.
okay with it.
Yeah.
The
Listen, I'm
worry
a Cobham
feeling
guy. You
forward.
guys know that. I think a year in the championship, he'll be ready, man. Chalobah was ready after a year
Who?
in Lawns or Laurie Young,
Who?
whatever the
Levi
fuck that was.
Colwell.
I
Levi
like
Colwill
Cole.
needs
I
another
love
loan.
Cole a lot, bro. I like Cole a lot. He does it.
Colwell's
This
fantastic, man.
also, I was
Yeah,
going to say
but
this.
I
This
want
idea,
to see
by
him
the
in the
way,
Prem. I
Listen,
want to see him in the Prem
we've seen
against
guys
Crystal Palace.
go from the championship. Like the championship for center backs is a really good indicator if they're gonna do well in the Premier League
like who?
because of the physicality of it. All of them, Tarkowski, what's his name, White,
White.
Huh?
even Reese,
Are you hearing the players that you're bringing
You've
up, fam?
already.
Are you hearing
That's
the
Tomori.
players that you're
the
bringing up,
No, no,
argument's
fam?
done.
no.
Now the
I'm
argument's done.
naming.
Are you
I
I'm
hearing
could have
me?
naming.
heard you've said
No,
White.
hold on. I'm naming good Premier League center backs. Now he's coming from our academy as the best center back when he went on loan. He's of a different level. Matter of fact, we've seen kids go from our academy directly to the Premier League.
Tomorrow as well, man. Tomorrow is a very good center
And
back
what? Why are we even?
Exactly.
I'm
from the
not.
championship.
I'm least worried about them.
And
To be
Guai as
honest,
well.
I'm least
Tomorrow
worried
and
about
Guai,
them.
bro. Them guys, yeah, went to what's called. They went to the championship. Okay, Guai. I'm not. You might be the same level as Tomori, but Tomori for me is a very good indicator of going from the
Even
championship, man.
Goyi is a solid Premier League center back right now, and
He
he's
is.
doing
Yeah,
really
he's
well
doing
for them.
well.
He might have given away a penalty yesterday.
Yeah,
but,
but
Livramento
hang
came
on.
from our academy and went there. What's his name? That Newcastle really want now. What's my guy's name? Lamptey came from our
yeah.
went from our academy directly into there. You know what I mean? Like all these guys are of a higher level that you can. I think it's a lesser risk using one of them than going out and spending 70 on
100
Delict or
million on
something.
the link.
It's a lesser risk,
Man
but
said
that doesn't
Massive
mean
it's
that
delete.
delete, man. It's delete, man. It's delete,
it might
man.
be a
It don't
lesser
it don't
risk.
matter, bro.
Delinquent.
It
He's
don't
a
matter.
delinquent.
It might be a lesser risk in terms of we don't lose anything financially, but in terms of like performances on the pitch, it's still as big of a risk because you've just said it there. You've said like for Guehi, for example, he's a solid Premier League centre back. That's a downgrade. That's a downgrade from what we have at the minute, from what we're
Guys,
losing.
turn your mic off.
So don't know what's going on. Mate. Yeah, that's
Cat's getting a beating.
My bad, guys.
but yeah,
Hey, this guy, man,
that's
he's getting his
that's
ass
a
beat.
downgrade.
Bro, damn it, man.
So you've
Nah,
got
Who's
them.
beating you up, guys? Who's
Bro.
You
beating
get
you
it.
up?
You get the beats put on you right now.
Your
What's going
mom
on?
giving you a
Bro.
beating, bro.
Bro, something happened, man. Bro,
Yo, clean your room, bro. Come on,
no, man. Nah,
Pick
man.
up your toys, man. Pick up your toys.
clean your room, bro.
What about
wrong with
you,
you?
bro? Listen, man. I
What
just
have you
put
spent
my
my
drink
credit card on?
just put my
That's what
You
drink
get
on the
slapped
floor,
up, man. You get slapped up.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Now, Scott, what were you saying, bro?
I'll just say. So we've talked about the drop off that's going to happen if we sign Kunde or Delict or another centre back, but you've just said we're there with Guehi, for example, and these other people getting loaned in the Championship that they're solid Premier League centre backs. Well, that's a downgrade on what we have because what we've got are world class centre backs. So that's already a downgrade. Yeah, financially
but
it's less of a risk,
Scott,
but
here's what
we're trying to replace two first 11 centre backs, and you're just going to chuck in two youth players or a youth player who has had a loan at Huddersfield. And the Chalobah argument I keep hearing, bro, was never getting in the team after the Ipswich loan. It was the Lorient loan that got him in this team. That's where he got better and improved his game, was at Lorient, not at Ipswich.
I think it was probably
he
his
was not playing
preseason
off
that
the
got him in the team.
But
Yeah, I
here's
think
the
it was
point I'm
his
trying to make,
preseason.
Scott. Whoever we get is going to be a downgrade. It doesn't matter who you get,
Fact.
unless you're getting already world class
Marquinhos.
player right now. Whoever you get is going to be a downgrade.
No.
I don't want to pay
Marquinhos.
70 million for a maybe, or if it's going to be a downgrade anyway, right? And I think it's all about chances, right? And the way he's playing, I don't know if you guys have actually watched him and watched him play. Colwill, but he's a really, really assured and really good center back. Yeah, we have to see how he does the rest of the year, and then we can say, okay, he comes in or not.
He is
But
good.
if we're gonna sign a 25, 26, or 27-year-old center back, top of his game, go ahead, get him 60, 70. It doesn't really
Andrew
matter.
doesn't like this
But
problem either.
I'm not interested in 22. I'm not interested in a 22-year-old or 21-year-old, and that we might need to give time. Oh, he doesn't understand the pace of the league yet, or this or that. It's still a risk,
I think
and it takes young center backs time anyway.
Well, that's what I mean. I think it's no doubt it's going to be a downgrade. It's just how much of a downgrade do you take with a youth team product? It's going to be, how much time are you willing to put into them? How much time do you think you're going to have time to put into them? Whereas if you buy a £50 million defender that's obviously not as good as what you've got, can they reach that potential quicker than an academy product? And that's how you got to balance it. So if Rudiger and Christensen do leave, by the way, Christensen is not as loyal as Chalobah. I just want to put out there. Chalobah signed a contract.
That's right.
I will say that I don't think Daniel said to put 2 academy. I think he said 1, didn't you, Daniel? And then
I don't think Christensen is leaving.
I'm
operating off the idea that I don't think he's leaving. Right?
Let's cover all bases just in case. If the both of them go, then you're going to need to buy someone who's decent, but they're not going to be at the same. They're not going to be of the same quality.
Marquinhos won't use
experience.
Marquinhos won't use. Yeah, experience. And there's Tuchel got enough. Does Tuchel got enough about him to say, yeah, I can get this player up to a certain level that we had before. But it's going to cost money no matter what. We're going to spend whatever we're spending. We're going to spend it on a defender next summer anyway.
We're looking at the players that we talked about, De Ligt and Koundé. Look at what they've done for the clubs they're at. With De Ligt, it's not necessarily now. I think a little bit of recency bias comes into it. Look at how he was at Ajax. Look at how he was when he first went to Juve defensively. And the same with Koundé. Look at what he's done with Sevilla, a team that realistically are better than the fourth best
hold on a
team
second. What did De Ligt do for Juve when he first came?
It's De Ligt,
He
bro.
was good defensively when he first came.
It was
Now
more
he's
than that.
terrible. Now
It was
now
more than
he's-
that. No. Scott, he was terrible from the jump. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He was horrible.
I'm not gonna lie. No, he wasn't. They started him when he first got there. Because of course, why wouldn't you? He cost 60 million.
Yeah.
So they started him when he got there, and Bonucci left. I think he left after he got there. Really, or was it prior? I don't remember. I know
he went that
Bonucci
same
left
summer.
That same summer, he left during that time. So of course, they had to bring Bonucci back because my man was getting spun all the time. His positioning was really bad. But that makes sense. Listen, hold on. But that makes sense to me because that happens to young center backs. There are no young center backs that are world class or ready to play at this level at that age. Really, like just ready. Like it's
Daniel.
You're not gonna get that. What you get is usually what you get with a Christensen, where it takes them time. Where they have some good years, they fall off, and then they balance out at 25. Like Christensen is 25 now. You know what I'm saying?
Big man thing, yeah. For me,
I expect him to hold his level. The rest of these young guys, nah.
For the Bonucci point, yeah. I agree. De Ligt was bad, but then Bonucci, I think Bonucci wanted another challenge, yeah. Then he sort of challenged too hard, so he kept running back. I didn't put it out there.
I was going to say the
scared challenge, man.
Bonucci
He ran away from that
because
challenge. He left there, and then he came back.
Yo, Kazi, your microphone is cracking, man.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did De Ligt, when he first went to Juventus, did he play in the middle?
I don't think they played a 3. I think they played a 4. It was him.
No, he played off the right. It was him and Chiellini. So
yeah,
now he plays on the left side.
Chiellini.
Now he plays on the left side, and he's been very strong on the left side. Maybe that's because he's playing with guys like Bonucci who are just like Thiago Silva in the sense that they are tactically very aware. But I think on the left side, I think he's looked really well this year. And what's his agent Riola or whatever talked about what they're going to try to negotiate down his price.
Josh, has he looked good? Listen, I haven't watched a lot of Italian league games. I've just seen him in the Champions League, and he hasn't impressed me at all. Not just against us. I watched the rest of like our group Champions League game. No, De Ligt. I don't. Again, they're 9th in their league or 10th. I don't know what he's doing. I don't watch. I haven't watched a lot of them
in Italy. What position Juventus?
9th, I think, or 8th.
They're like 9th.
Okay,
right
how many goals did they conceded already? Is anybody?
I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
If they 9 in the league, in Italian league is a really good defensive league. Something is not good defending.
I can't lie to Ligt. Don't want him for the price.
I've seen the league play this season. It's been
I just think,
awful.
and what Andrew
I'm
said
with
about
Daniel on that. I don't think the
what
league is
Andrew
as
said
good as
about
everybody thinks he is.
risk. I think we're willing to give players
I
we
can't
spend
lie, he
money
was good
on
in the
a lot
Euros.
more time
Mother handball.
than just youth or younger players. But from what you've seen in the last couple of years, what's actually paid out for you, right?
Problem.
They're sixth. They're sixth in the table right now,
I'm
and
just
They won yesterday. They won yesterday. So
they've given. They're sixth in the table. They've given up 15 goals, which is second
How
in the
many
league.
games? How many games have they played?
Hang on,
which is
they've only
10.
given up the second.
15 games.
So they've only
Fif-
given up the second most goals in the league.
Yeah. Napoli have given up 7,
That means
and then
that means it's an
Inter
attacking
Roma and Hubi have given up 15.
That means so if they're defensively solid compared to their league, that means it's an attacking issue.
No,
No.
Yeah, they've only
But they're
scored
not.
20 goals. They've only scored
No,
20
but-
Hold on a
goals.
second.
Scott,
They're
they're
good.
not
Second and the bottom.
defensively.
How
They're
are
not
we
defensively solid though.
They're
Yeah,
sixth in
they
the
are.
league.
They are.
Bro,
In terms
when it comes to
If
goals,
you
not
hold on.
just
If you've
the score
conceded,
does.
look at our level, right? If you've conceded 15 goals in 1/3 of the season, that means you're
We're
on
not.
track to
We're
concede
not
45
playing in our
goals.
system. They're not playing in our
No,
system.
hold
though.
on. Not
I was
even in
gonna
our
say,
system. I'm
doesn't
saying that
matter,
means
it's a defense.
they're on course to concede 45 goals.
Yes.
Well, Dan,
That,
Dan,
it
they've
has
only,
to.
Dan, they've only scored
just-
20
sorry.
goals, which is
They've only
terrible.
scored 20 goals. That's
I was
terrible.
gonna say,
It's
and-
really a
I'm not
midfield
talking
issue.
about the scoring. I'm just about the back line.
Talking about the defending.
But when you
I'm
can't
talking
go,
about,
when you
yeah,
I'm
can't
talking
well,
about the
attack,
defenders as well.
They've conceded
The
15
point-
goals in 1/3 of their season, meaning they're on course to concede 45. Yes or
compare that
no?
to the league. Compare that
No,
to the
but
league.
hang
though.
on.
Compare that to the
What do you mean
league.
compare that to the league? They
point
usually
got
have
brought
better.
up
Look, if you
Napoli
compare,
has conceded 7.
so yeah,
Hang
no,
on, the
Napoli
point
Napoli are dominating right now. But if you look at
Look at
Inter Milan,
Koulibaly.
Inter Milan are third, and they've given up the same amount of goals, but they've scored 34.
Exactly.
That's
It's
exactly.
really an
They have
attacking
a
league,
bad
my guy.
back
Hang on,
line.
hang on. This point
It's not
of
a bad
they've
back line, man.
conceded.
I disagree. I
Just
don't
want
It
to point
is.
out as well.
I don't think they're
I just
losing
want
because
to
of the
point.
defending, man. Defense.
So
I
they
think
just
it's the
have great
scoring.
attackers in that league, right? Just amazing
I
attackers
feel
in that
like
league.
the
In the Italian
attacking
league.
patterns,
Get out of
attacking
here.
patterns, attacking patterns, have improved, my
Yeah.
guy. Now you have to
Literally
look at the top
Chiellini,
6, man.
13th,
Look at the
14th
top
best
6.
player
You
in
don't
the
watch Serie A, my guy. I know you don't watch Serie A. I know you don't like the league, yeah.
No,
But
you
when
tell
actually
me
watch
then.
them
Tell
games,
me
if
how
you
their
watch
attacking
them
is so
games,
much
yeah.
better
All
that
right,
they can.
you
Kazi,
watch
who
their
let you
team-
change the channel from Cartoon Network to adults?
Man, shut the hell up, man. What's good? Listen, yeah. For me, yeah, if you watch Serie A, I used to watch Serie A because of Ronaldo, who used to be at Juventus. I haven't watched as much as I did last season, I'll admit. But for me, yeah, honest opinion, like the top 4, like the likes of Inter Milan, the likes of Atalanta, they've shocked me with the football that they play. They're playing better football. Like, see how they're attacking right now. If you look at the Serie A, maybe 5-6 years ago, you can talk about them being a defensive, slow league. But nowadays, they're actually a pretty good attacking league.
So,
The
Kazi,
top,
let
the
me
top
ask you.
four,
Kazi, let me
the
ask
top
you.
4 in
So
Serie
do we
A
play
are.
terrible football
Hold on a
then?
second. Let me ask Kazi a question. From last season that you watched Juventus
Jesus Christ.
and this season what you watch Juventus, what do you think the difference between them? Because they're
The
better than
biggest problem, the biggest problem for me, yeah, and this might, well, okay, I'll give you 2 biggest problems, yeah. One of the problems for me is would probably be the fact they don't have Ronaldo. You not like care, but he scored a lot of their goals. Majority of their goals came from him. He scored a lot of their goals. So when you have a goal scorer, the fact that they're scoring goals right now, and you took out their best goal scorer, it's gonna have an impact on them. And second of all, man, Allegri, believe it or not, at least Pirlo had vibes. Pirlo had some sort of vibes. He would tell them, yeah, wait. He would tell them, yeah, go out there and attack. Allegri, like, these guys are defending for like 90 minutes straight. Pirlo would tell these guys to go have some sort of vibes. At least try to attack in the game. Like,
But Kazi,
having,
when you
like,
have a
great
player like
players.
Ronaldo,
Right.
Huh?
Just on the point that was made of, they've conceded 15 goals this season, so they're on course to concede this many. The point was made earlier that under Sarri, our defense wasn't balling out or wasn't good because even though we were the third best defensive record in the league, we conceded 38 or 39. I got brought up.
Mhm.
But now
Yeah.
2 of the players that were in that same defense are now in the same defense we have right now that have conceded 7 all season. But we would never have thought back then. No. Back then, we would never have thought that Christensen and Rudiger would be at the level they are now, when they were conceding 38, 39 goals, to now conceding 7. So it's the same with De Ligt. People are going to go, "Oh, he's conceded 15 goals." Yeah, but look at the system he's playing in. Look at the confidence in that team as a whole.
The
And if
midfield
you go
is
back
so
and look at
bad,
time under
man.
Ajax as well, and he was a leader in that back line at 18. He was a leader.
Listen,
Like,
I can say the same exact thing for Colwill then. coming into the same team, the same structure that's so strong that will
Cole's
protect
not
him
played
and
at a
make
high
you so
level.
much better.
Cole's had one
He doesn't
season of
have
professional
to
football.
play at a high level.
He's had one
Chalobah
season
didn't
of
play at a high
professional
level.
football.
Chalobah didn't play at a high level. Reece James had one season as well.
You do know they never came into
Every
tier
player
three
is
or
not
winning
the
league,
same.
you know.
Every
They never.
player is not
You
the same.
you do know what's called. Well, for me, yeah. Honestly speaking, I feel like even though they have let's say Chalobah or Reece James having to play at a high level, I understand that, and they went into the team, but having a bit of experience of playing in a playing for someone to come to having just a bit of experience, like someone like Delire, who has played in international football, who's played in a top 4 league, understands what struggling it in terms of actually having to play against quality attackers in a very good league that right now, like Serie A, is one of the most
Kazi, how much were you
balanced leagues.
sign? How much will you pay for Delire?
Bro, listen, I'll be real with you, man. I'm hearing 90 million price tags, yeah? Big man saying 60 mil. Like,
Yeah.
or leave it, 60 mil Cole, bro. A big
No,
man.
what about the wages? I don't care about
Rayola is supposed to be
his-
negotiating down
no.
that
His
transfer
wages
fee.
at 250.
Currently, they're 250. Why are we paying this kid two? Like, he's not that good.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
no,
Like,
he's big,
are
he's
you
big,
ready
bro.
to pay 60 million plus 250 wages?
No.
Oh, you think he's just gonna come to Chelsea and make less?
Let me answer that. Let me answer that.
He played well in
Well, yeah, I asked Kazi, so
I'm
let
talking.
Kazi
I'm
answer.
talking. Yeah,
You and Kazi best
I
friends?
rate him.
Okay.
I rate him as a footballer.
Sorry.
I rate him as a footballer, but that's cool. I just take Cole. For me, right now, as it stands, I don't see how Juventus are gonna. Right now, they're broke. You know the Serie. You know these Italian teams. They try to scam us with Alonso and all these things. They're gonna ask for some massive price, and we're not gonna pay that. We aren't. We're not a team to be like. We're not gonna bend over to your 80 million asking price. We're not. So it's gonna be Cole.
Let's tell him we'll take him on a 3-year loan with an option to buy.
Yeah. Give him one of those. That's one of those Italian to Italian team loan deals.
That's why
Juve
are under investigation
loan
right
with an
now.
obligation to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Those money laundering deals, like.
Yeah. Insane. No, I mean, listen. I tend to agree with Kazi, like in the fact that I think that like this is a good footballer. He's a strong center back. He's good with his feet. Like, I don't think that we will pay anywhere near what the fee is for him, because I think Raiola said he's going to plan to negotiate that down anyway.
And that fat, bro, that pig is.
Yeah, the fat. Yes, the fat Italian bastard. Yes,
I
but
don't think, Josh,
that pepper pig. Fam.
Josh, I think they don't want to pay. I don't think they want anywhere near 250 grand.
No. Yeah, and when we negotiate his actual Chelsea contract, the wages will be below 200, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, no chance to be 200. We're not going to pay Rudiger.
Let's talk about Werner now, man. I've been waiting for this Werner talk, man. I'm waiting for this Werner talk.
Sports-wise says Christensen needs to sign the contract, and Tuchel should not let contract situations affect game decisions. I think we can just leave it at just put the contract on the table, have him write whatever amount he wants, and put his autograph on the
damn
move. Sign the contract and dominate.
That thing on Tuchel, it's not quite as easy as that, because this guy has a football team to manage, and if two of your defenders are going to be gone in the summer, you have to plan around that.
Perfect timing, Fatter, man.
Yes, but come on, yeah.
You just about to start the Werner discussion. Right, big up the Danish Maldini, sign the contract, all of that. Right,
Fatter was here for a long time.
You should put him behind bars, the next picture for AC, if he doesn't sign the contract. Put him behind bars, yeah?
He goes behind the bars.
We can't knock off the Danish
Put him in his own penitentiary.
What's wrong with him, man?
Put Tuchel out in front.
Be a bit of a sticky one still.
Are we knocking out the other two?
Chill. We don't need this toxic environment. Like, okay.
Lewis, if he doesn't sign it, we're knocking out the other tooth, man.
Look, honestly, I can't see him go to Rivals. Honestly, I'm not having this. Like,
He has 2 days. He's knocking out the other one.
Potter, did you purchase your United season ticket yet?
Why are you not asking that question though? That's a bit toxic, isn't it? What is going on here?
What are you saying? What are you saying for Werner potentially going to Man United?
I'm not having it. Like,
absolutely.
Potter's gonna buy a United jersey. That's why.
There's only one reason why it makes sense.
I'm praying, man. I'm praying he goes.
Yeah, it's just because Rangnick is German. That's the only reason.
No, it's not that. It's not that. The only reason it makes sense. The only reason it makes sense is because it will offer the pressing that Rangnick wants. That's what it will do. But in terms of footballing ability, like, they might as well have kept Dan James.
Exactly, facts, man. Like keep Dan James, man. Like big man thing, yeah.
Hey, you know what? If you
Werner?
want Werner for cheap, give
Yo,
us space
he's
to
the
do
one
it.
who brought him in
Can I
Leipzig.
say this real
He's
quick?
the
Get
one.
the bill. Hey, Andrew, get
No,
the
I
get
get
the bill to the
James,
bridge.
I'm
Okay.
sure.
Let's go.
in terms of like their forward line, like
Let
I don't rate Rashford, but he's better than Werner. Like
A lot better than Rashford, man. He's a lot better than Werner. A lot of Werner.
Technically, bro.
Even
yeah,
technically,
exactly.
he's a lot
Technically.
better.
And the thing is Rashford is limited as a player, and he's still better than Werner technically.
A lot
And
better,
he'll
man.
offer you everything you want in terms of the pressing, in terms of the off the ball stuff. So
And
this is
he
why
can score
like,
goals.
it doesn't
He
make
can
sense.
score
It literally it's a non-factor in terms of a report because it doesn't
Listen,
make sense.
but if they won him, then give it
Hey,
Oh
give
yeah,
him
I'll
to them.
like bro,
Pay a
I
60
don't
mil
give a
I'll take
damn.
him. Like I'll take
Thank
it.
you.
Like he can go there. I don't care, but it just doesn't make sense.
For
Run
me,
me
for
the
me,
cash,
honestly
bro.
I feel like we
speaking,
could actually
yo,
recuperate the money that we spent.
Yeah.
can I have
I
an
said,
Easy. Those guys are idiots.
Trust me, Dan was right.
Those guys
can
are
I have an
idiots.
opinion
If
on
they
what's
want
going
him, they can have him.
For me,
if I were United, I would
I'm
have
gonna be honest when I
Dan
say
James,
this,
son.
yeah. Like you see someone like see what's called Man United, they're gonna spend big dough on him because Ragnick. You know what they do, yeah. Whenever they have a new manager, they spend a lot of money on this new manager. Like the first season, they
Yeah.
give him a lot of
I know,
money,
man.
a big bank, yeah. And what I do, yeah, bro. Listen, man, I'm telling you right now, yeah. You put a 50 million, put 60 million on Timo Werner, they're buying him, fam. They're buying for
Hey,
60 M's,
Kazi,
and now
you're
he's
too
gone,
young
bro.
for this,
Goodbye,
Kazi.
yeah.
Kazi,
Hang on, guys,
No,
guys,
listen
you
to me.
know
No, you
what
guys
this
listen
is?
to me.
This
Let
is
me
gonna
finish.
be.
Let me finish, man. Let me finish, yeah.
Nah, we don't let
Goodbye,
you finish.
goodbye,
Go on.
goodbye, Warner. Goodbye, Warner. It's been
Pause.
nice. It's been nice knowing you, y'all. It's been nice time. But yo, big man thing, it's time to go, bro. It's time to go, man.
That
It's
is the
time to go.
most childish thing that you
Kazi.
ever said in this.
Man,
Daniel,
you're
check
hurt.
the
Kazi,
private
Your
message.
boy is
Kazi,
gone, bro. Your boy is
Kazi,
gone,
you're too
bro.
young. You're too young for this, Kazi. This is 18 years revenge in the making. When we signed Varane off them, they can have Werner back.
I don't know actually.
For some more. This is what this is. We're getting our revenge
That's what-
18 years later when we bought Varane off them. He's a busted
Get this
brush.
guy gone. Get this guy
I
gone.
throw Falcao into that as well.
Yes,
Lewis, get the
Man
bill
said
to the bridge.
Falcao,
Can
you know.
can we
Oh
have
my
Pogba? I'm okay
Yes,
if we
get
like
the bill to
swap
the
for
bridge,
Pogba.
He's
fam.
free, Josh. He's free.
Pogba.
He's
No,
free.
thank
Get
you.
the bill to the bridge, fam.
Yeah, Pogba.
No, thank
Great
you.
player.
Still reeling
I'll
off.
Alex, why do you not like Pogba, man?
trust you, fam. What's wrong with you?
Let's not get into it.
Pogba's
Hey, what's
top.
going on here? Why there's so many abuse, though? No, relax, guys. No need for any abuse.
No,
I
no
mean,
one's
I
accusing
agree.
him.
I'm
Nothing
okay
links
with
in United.
saying things about Warner, but to call him personal names and all that, that is not necessary.
Oh, return. Now you care, huh? Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
God,
Exactly,
it's
yeah.
pathetic,
Oh yeah,
man.
Tammy's. Oh yeah, Tammy.
When Tammy's getting smoked, a man sitting
Tommy,
back there quiet.
Tommy.
Hey, relax. We don't need to do that, man. No need to do more.
Oh,
Relax,
yeah,
man.
When
okay,
did I
Listen,
personally call any?
Rose,
Well,
Rose,
Nah,
we
he's
don't
not
want
talking
that.
about you.
Relax.
Before we had
Yeah.
a stream
I mean,
where we were talking about Tammy
listen,
Abraham and selling them, and we were
No, we don't need that. We don't need that. Please. No.
now we need
I
that.
I
We need
like
that.
Werner. There's way too many people that don't like him for me to start like defending him and going like 9-on-1. But
This is
he's
No,
why I
defend him.
had to be
Defend him.
cautious.
I want to hear a case for him.
There
I,
isn't.
God.
This is why I'm very cautious going into toxic environment like this. Like, there's too many unreals out there in this chat. But
Daniel, did you check the?
Oh,
I see.
That's not a case for keeping him, Fato. What is
that's
the case
fine
to
for
keep
sure.
him? Yes, that's right. What's the case to
Andrew,
keep him?
Do you like cash or check?
I'd sell this guy for 3 magic beans, man.
No,
That's
I'm
what
talking
I'd
about
sell
for
him.
your bet
Do you
with.
know what
I'm
I
talking
mean?
about your bet with fodder. You want cash or
Oh
check,
yeah,
man?
yeah. So yeah, Fata, I'm not even doing it because of the bet with Fata. This guy is dead food. He's waste. He's a waste of time. If I wanted a I could pay. Sir, I
If
could
you
pay
wanted a
less for a
dick,
decoy runner. I don't need to pay
Pause.
53 million for a decoy runner.
Hey,
Yo.
yo, Andrew, you wanted to? Oh, it's crazy.
Nah,
Yo,
he took
Josh,
the clip. We'll let it.
what is? I want to
Let
hear
it.
Josh. What is like? What would you defend him on though? Like,
He's not even as good as Igalo.
So
Whoever put that in the comments.
so listen, I
Igalo's
think he
better than
does.
him.
I think he does some good things. Like if you listen, like all you kind of have to do is listen, like to the way a guy like Fabregas talks about him. Now we don't have a Fabregas on our team, so it's a little different if you're talking about like in our current team. But a guy like Fabregas would feast with a guy like Werner.
That is
He just
shameless.
would.
well, he actually like.
So shameless. Josh, can I tell you something about Fabregas? If he played with Werner for within 5 games, he would change his mind.
Listen, yeah, I mean,
because Werner would mess up his good passes.
I'm so lost.
I'm just talking about the things that listen. It's hard to you can't defend his scoring record. It's not good. I'm not going to try to sit there and defend that. I'm just saying the things that he does as a number 9. If you have the right kind of midfielders behind him, it's very useful. Like he does. People talk. I'm not talking about dummy runs. I'm talking about like actual number 9 striker runs. He does make those throughout an entire game. And we just don't have anybody to pick him out. It is what it is.
Will he score?
No,
that's the issue, right? I mean, his scoring record is not good.
I don't know. Cho doesn't score either, so we don't.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at our
Cho's not scoring, Ziyech not scoring.
If you look at
Werner
all of our
scoring.
attackers, none of them really are like firing goals.
Cho's a playmaker. That doesn't make sense. You can't compare them. Cho's a playmaker.
Can you tell me the last time?
We can't say he's a play.
Hold on. Let's milk that.
Wait, hold on.
Let's milk that little thing over here, like Paris and Germany.
Nah, you ain't got to milk it. I know you're always ready to go for Cho. Now we're not milking nothing.
Let's see how many chances Cho created this season.
What chances did Werner created?
He's created
No.
All right, cool. Once you look for it, please put how many chances Werner's created as well, please.
How many chances he played? How many times he played?
We need to stop using this chances created stat to like backplay.
I totally agree.
It is the worst stat. It is the worst stat in football.
Yeah,
I completely agree, Scott. Completely agree.
It's
the dumbest fucking stat in football.
Nah, I don't know.
I'm looking at big chances. I'm looking at big chances.
Cool. Big chances, I'll hear. Still not brilliant, but chances created needs to get in the bin.
No, I'm not talking about.
Agreed.
C1.
Because it doesn't make any sense. Because you look at a guy, and listen, I'm not. This is not a slander on Mount. I like Mount, but if you look at a guy and you say he had 100 chances created and he had 9 assists, like what the fuck does that mean?
It's not even that. Josh, it's not that.
Yeah, he was playing with Werner.
Josh, it's not that.
So he had 90 assists. Like,
Josh, fuck else gonna happen when you play with Werner, man? Come on.
If you have someone in your team who takes all the free kicks and all the corners, then their chance created stat will be out of this world because that counts as a chance created. Could be the shittest corner in the world and it still counts as a chance created. Yeah. That's why
Alonso had 14 chances created in the last game, and it's terrible.
No, it doesn't. It's specific. You have to have a shot on goal from whatever chance
it's not specific.
It is
what
specific.
What you're talking about is big chances created. Chances created is not specific.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. But if you're talking about
big chances,
how many? He was high, but it doesn't matter.
Then use that. But chances created
he
means
was very high for that. I'll give him credit for that. He was very high.
But either way, he was high in the big chances as well. But that being said, though, how many big chances has Werner created
this season? I can't think of it.
I can't think of one.
Less than 10% chance.
I mean, he did have 15 assists last year. I don't think we should scoff at that. Like that's Hazard is the only other guy who's been close to that.
Josh, if we're gonna get rid of chances created, assist is another flawed stat. Kovac is going to assist for Chalobah's long range. Like, come on.
Oh, so you're saying close? Okay.
He's not wrong.
No, he's
right. No. There are definitely assists that are bullshit assists. There are.
Passed it 2 yards. He's right.
Last year, when Pogba scored that goal against Fulham, I think it was, Bruno got the assist for a 5-yard pass. When Pogba twatted it from 25 yards. That explains everything you need to know about this.
Some angry people.
Anybody worried about the game today?
Yeah, I was like, don't we play today?
Alex saying Werner on a free, pay wages too.
I'm worried.
Mad.
Yeah.
I would.
Never goes well.
I can't lie. We're having nostalgia about 4-1 Watford though. Don't sing that song, please.
I'm actually fairly confident for today's game. I think there'll be an interesting. I think you'll see a strong performance from the guys who are playing today.
I think when I see the lineup,
I got a feeling Christensen's gonna think tonight.
No, if he signed the contract. Unless he signed the contract.
I think Havertz is gonna score today.
That's what I'm saying. Like Christensen is gonna sign a contract and gonna start.
Right before kick.
Oh yeah, Andrew, are you gonna give Bielsa credit?
For what?
This guy hates Bielsa. Jesus Christ.
I know. I don't hate Bielsa. I hate the overrating of him, man. That's all.
The whole
Well, I was reading some stuff yesterday after everyone was like, "Oh, we got to get Rafinha to the club now," and he scored like a 95th minute penalty. It's like, okay, come on, like he is a good player, but
He
like
had a bad game. He had a bad game. He didn't
Benny
have a
Ismailov says without Timo, no Champions League title last year. Fair enough, man.
that's probably fair, man. That's probably a true statement.
Yeah, when you run through the list of 7 other players and then you get to him, sure.
That's fair, but
Okay.
it's a case of that's fair, but it's a case of what have you done for me lately?
Without Conte,
Exactly.
no CL. Without Jorginho, no CL. Without Mendy, Aspie, Mount, Havertz. There's a lot of players before you get to Werner.
Havertz saved his ass that Champions League final.
There's a lot of players before you get to Werner, bro.
We are not doing this Arsenal mentality bullshit of looking in the past to try and back points and shit. I'm not having this. That's Arsenal and Liverpool mentality.
Can I just say, I know we beat.
we
this
wouldn't
into
have gone anywhere without Tammy Abraham's goal against Rennes. So
I know we beat the Mendy thing into the ground yesterday, but I just want to say again, they showed like his comparison of Donnarumma is embarrassing. Like if you just want to go stats and you put them side by side, it's an embarrassing thing. And ESPN put out a list of the top 10 keepers yesterday, and he was like 7 or 8. Embarrassing. That's an embarrassing stat to put out. Edouard Mendy is a top 2 or 3 keeper in the world, no doubt about it. And he should have won that. He should have won that award yesterday. It's absolutely disgraceful.
Yes, we discussed
says
that.
you forgot you missed 2 clear-cut chances in the fight. I did not forget. I was there literally thinking, Werner, you're not doing this shit tonight. You are not dropping this bullshit. But then he made that good decoy run, so it's all good. We're all happy.
Oh God.
Oh, come on, man. We decoy ran our way to the trophy.
So now he gets XDR, expected decoy runs on his stats.
His conversion rate on decoy runs is very high, Andrew.
His XDR's at 4.8 for this half. It's one of those things. But listen,
was it Krasnodar then? Because I know Tammy had 1 group stage goal.
No,
does anyone think Lukaku starts
talking
today?
about the Rennes away game? Didn't we beat him 3-0 at home? I swear Tammy scored in that.
Yeah, he scored from a Reece James cross.
Yeah, come on, man. Respect Tammy Abraham.
Because Cho and Giroud scored in the away one. Remember, Giroud scored in the last minute. Something like that.
Does anyone think Lukaku starts today?
No.
He doesn't.
I don't think he will.
Nah.
Come on again.
I even want to give him 8 minutes.
I said he is.
They're going to give him 16 minutes this time. Just double it.
I think Barkley might start.
Double it. You think Lukaku's going to start?
I think Barkley's.
No, I don't think.
Oh, Barkley.
Nobody would shock me in this game about starting. There's way too many like injuries and guys who potentially might be out. I wouldn't be shocked to see anybody start this game. Really,
I think Werner starts this game. To be honest, Reggie Fortes has the worst goals to XG in the squad, just like last season. I know people like rubbishing XG, but it clearly reflects what we see. Bin him.
Respectfully,
I didn't say it.
People are on his neck.
Werner's. This isn't me trying to just get on him again, but I would be surprised if Werner starts just because of how bad he was against United, and we have another option on the bench, depending on how fit Havertz is, obviously. If he's not fit to start, then fair enough.
It's a joke, bro. It's a joke. Just leave it. You don't need to explain through it.
Hey, Jamie, where are you drinking, though?
I'm in him and they'll score in like an hour.
Why didn't you just direct message him? Fato, why are you asking on the
I was going to go to, but I didn't think about it.
He just messaged him.
But yeah, because I'm going via Baker Street, isn't it? Not that far.
would anybody like a front three of let's say Pulisic, Havertz, and Mount, and then show it right wing back?
Yeah,
can't hear you.
I would like Pulisic.
Meet us at Baker Street.
I'd rather Pulisic at wing back.
Okay, calm.
I'd rather have Pulisic as the right wing back.
Cho can cross and switch play better.
I don't know, man.
Right. I mean, that's what we were like talking about. He's a better playmaker. He might be a better right wing back.
If you play the wing back we've been playing them, I'd rather Pulisic.
Yeah, that's if both of them needs to play and someone has to play as wing back. I think Pulisic is better at the wing back. It's not about choice.
Especially if we play wing back the way we've been playing wing backs. Like they have to make inside runs and all that. He's much better than.
What are we basing off the fact that Pulisic can play wing back better than Joe?
What?
What are we basing this off of? The fact that he can apparently play
based
wing
of
back
my
better than
eyesight, and I have 20
attributes.
Last time
I don't think
checked.
either of them
Oh,
are
fair
great.
Last time
I don't
I
think
checked.
either of them
Our
are
fair
great
attributes are here.
playing
Eyesight I
out there,
can't hear because,
but
like I said in the last stream, I watched him against Leeds and he was shit. And I watched, and we're going
when
off a
was that?
20-minute performance last
Are you talking
season
about
against
last
Leeds. He
year?
was shit
Last
at wing
season?
back.
I don't remember that. I'm saying, listen, I'm saying how we
I
play
have a
wing back
goldfish
currently,
memory.
right?
I don't
Where the
remember
wing
last
backs
season's game
basically
Leeds.
play as a attacking mids and make runs. I think he's a lot better at that than Cho would be, or more comfortable doing that than Cho would be.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like
I
making the
play.
runs Chilwell was making. I'll prefer him doing that, making the back post runs. You know.
Well, that my only argument for it would be I think
Is that
Pulisic
Prime?
is better in the box and
Oh, now I
arriving in
recognize him.
space, and Cho would be able to deliver crosses into those
Yeah,
spaces. Like
Yeah, but
I don't know how
that's
it
what
works.
Chilwell was doing though. Chilwell was arriving in the box and entering
Yeah.
space. Like that's what the wing backs play basically as attacking mids. So if we're doing that, then I'd rather, I don't know, just what's more comfortable for them because either of them wouldn't want to play there.
Right.
So,
But
but
it's
I
one of
I
those
could
things
play
where like
Pulisic there. I could play Pulisic there and then play Mount on the left to cover for him, and then put Cho on the right.
yeah, but it's one of those things like because of injury, like someone's just gonna have to bite the bullet. But I'd like them both on the pitch, regardless. I just who plays where. That's one thing, but like I'd like to see them both out there. But I mean, obviously, yeah, someone's gonna have to bite the bullet and play a position that they would prefer not to. But
Like I said, I don't know how it would work. I think it would work okay, but I'd play them both on the same side, one at left wing back, one at left wing. Because I think the thing you've talked about, Dan, with the Chilwell thing that I've noticed with when Joe plays is there's a lot of interchange. There'll be times when Chilwell goes on the outside and Cho's inside, but then there's times when Cho will be the wider one, and like you said, Chilwell will cut inside.
And
And
nobody's
Pulisic
aware.
and Mount.
You gotta have some.
And
But you gotta
nobody
have some
defensive awareness at all.
Yeah, yeah.
None
you
of
gotta
them
have some
have defensive awareness, man.
Because Rudiger will
Yeah,
be by
that's true,
himself the entire time.
Redneck
That's my
starts out.
like. I wouldn't want to leave Rudiger like
What did
isolated
you
the
say?
entire game.
Sar's out.
For Watford.
Sar does play right wing, so
For Watford.
Yeah.
The thing is, for me, like,
I know Sar is out. What
but
was that?
still, I wouldn't
What
just.
is that has
You
to
wouldn't
do
want to
with
leave an
anything?
open spot for them to kind of
No,
like.
he will give us more
attack.
problems on the right than whoever Watford have. But he's out, so I think we should be able to cope with.
You're talking about Sar from Watford.
and the thing is
I
like
know what
unless
he's saying. I still don't understand what he makes of what we're talking about. It's like I ask for the weather, and he's just
What you
like,
asked for the weather?
no. Like it's like you threw something out of or like it doesn't make sense. Why it's about what we're talking about? I just don't
He
understand.
confused.
it does make sense.
You confused me when you asked. That's why I was asking. What do you mean? Sar versus Chilwell fullback or Pulisic fullback. What does Sar has to do with that?
No,
because he's
Sar's
talking about
better.
how much pressure will be under like from a defensive point of view. With
It doesn't
Sar
matter
being out.
how. Is if you fullbacks don't have a positional awareness, the donkey can stay behind them and still he can get the ball.
Walker doesn't have amazing awareness, but he has pace.
Oh my word!
Okay. I think the thing is as
Yeah,
well
let's move
with
on.
in that left spot, if you were to put Cho or Pulisic there, you'd need either Mount or Ziyech there to cover for him in terms of the work they do off the ball.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
That's what I'm saying.
So
If you're gonna
regardless of who we have, or even Alonso as well, regardless who we have at left wing back, then you are down to a limited choice of two at left wing.
I said Claudio Pizarro over Werner. You lot are mocking.
He's not wrong, bro. He's not wrong.
Too far, man.
Well,
That's too
Pizarro
far.
was actually a really good
Yeah,
forward.
Pizarro is a legend of the game, but he's
Yeah,
not wrong.
I don't know.
No, like I respect what he's done
why
in
would-
Germany,
why
innit? But
would
he's
you-
talking about Chelsea Pizarro,
No,
innit?
I'm just taking it from a
Nah, he
whole
flopped
world
at
perspective.
Chelsea. He didn't do
He's totally
horrible, but he
shit.
did flop at Chelsea,
He's
and he
totally
went back.
shit for us.
Yeah,
And he was great when he went back.
He's a Bayern legend, though.
He was
That's
great at
fine,
Bayern
he did
Munich.
nothing at Chelsea.
still
And
that
further.
right foot, outside right foot shot.
Nah, yeah,
Timo Werner
he
should
flopped at Chelsea.
Timo Werner should took a note how to do it.
Big flop.
Big
I think he
flop.
scored as many
What?
goals as Werner too. 6.
People
don't
are
even know
bringing
if he
up
scored that many,
Ikubu.
Dan.
I know
Be honest about
Yakubu. I was like, really, man?
Nah, Yakubu is better than Werner.
I like Ikubu, but
Nah, Yakubu missing
Man
that.
said-
Nah,
man said-
never. I would
man
never.
said Wolf.
Oh, Dan, that open
Dan, you
net.
don't like Nkuku?
Nah, bro. Open net, bro. I'll never forgive that.
Oh,
I
Do
think
you
he's a baller, dude.
I forgot to ask. Do you know who I wanted if like nobody was gonna come, Lukaku or that Netherlands guy
Haaland.
or what? Yeah, Holland. That Liverpool. Well, now he's in Aston Villa forward.
Or Ings.
Ings. I wanted Ings actually.
As
If
a
nobody
backup.
would have.
Injury prone Ings, huh?
No,
As
not
a
as a
backup.
starting, like as a backup, not number 9.
I think we wanted him as well as backup. Wasn't there a
Yeah.
story about that we wanted
Yeah.
both him
In
and
Yeah,
Lukaku?
he just wanted to play number 1, but
Wow,
I
he's
who'd
always
you
injured
start?
anyway.
Who'd
I
you
mean,
start?
I
at
mean,
number
he's not
9?
playing. He's not playing number 1 at Villa, so
Because the idiot is always injured.
I
it's
think
not
he
that.
would have been good with Lukaku,
They're-
don't you think?
He for Villa, they had to change their whole system just to include him. And now under Gerrard, he plays left wing or he doesn't start.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely sign a striker in the summer.
We need
gotta
to
hold that, man.
We
Whether
need
it's
to.
Holland or Vlahovic, somebody, one of the two of them. Somebody.
Vlahovic won't come. Go and look at what happened with Atletico Madrid. He won't come if he's not guaranteed to start.
No, yeah, that's fair.
He's not gonna fit into the systems, some other systems either.
Well,
Like,
he needs to
Is
go
he
to
a,
Arsenal
is he
then,
a,
'cause I
is
don't
he a,
know.
is
I
he
don't
a
know where he's
solo
gonna
number
play.
9? Is he playing
At the
two?
minute he plays for Fiorentina. He plays as a solo 9, I think.
Yeah.
So
I think we probably want somebody that can play in a 2.
I think we just want a backup, like an
Yeah, I
actual
think
that's
we
fair.
want a
secondary
backup.
scorer.
I think
Yeah.
I think we just want somebody that can actually pin the ball into
Finish.
the net.
Yeah.
Can we get
Yeah,
can we
basically.
get prime Diego Costa back, please? Just somebody who buries
Oh,
everything.
I
It'd be
thought you
great.
said Prime. Prime is chewing on his.
Yes, yes, Latimus. Can we get Latimus up top, please? Just
Yes, sir.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Bring back Pizarro.
like he's finishing that sandwich, he can finish across.
Oh my god.
Timo Werner.
I don't have Werner's pace, but I can hit it from 25 yards. So you know.
Yeah, we just don't know where
Oh
it'll be
my
hit.
God,
That's all,
man.
where it'll land.
Oh, no.
Cool.
Andrew.
You can hit the ball
Never
from
mind.
25 yards, and it will go where you meant to go. Just
End
hit
up
the
like a
ball from
pass.
25 yards doesn't mean that you.
Yeah. I meant
It'll end up like a pass back, Alex.
score from 25 yards. You know what I mean.
Just hit it
You know
from
what?
25 yards. Yeah, just don't know where it's going to go. It's gonna be one of those rugby.
Andrew,
kicks.
I'll hit
Up
you
and
from
under.
25. I'll hit you from 25 yards. Andrew.
Hey,
I'll hit you
yo.
from 25 yards.
Your arms are too short to box with a god, Brian. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah.
By the way, I saw you on
we
terrace.
don't
What's
need
up with
that.
the
I'm
What's
what?
up with the headlights? I saw you on terrace. What's up with the headlights? Would the lights are too bright,
Yeah,
so
but,
you wear sunglasses indoors?
That's his gimmick.
Who?
That's his gizmick. That's
Wait,
it
what
is.
did I?
Oh.
Wait, what did I do?
I saw you on
What did I do?
terrace.
Arthur?
I saw you on terrace, and I saw
think
you
you're talking
wearing
about the lights,
sunglasses. I was
Yeah.
like, was the sun was bright indoors?
Oh, in the studio. Yeah. It was fun.
Okay.
Oh boy. I wonder how
Are you guys
that guy
done with?
felt.
Are you guys done with
I
the whole
wonder-
Werner stuff? Or
I mean, if
No,
you've
you
got
wonder
want-
how
Wiggins
that
and
guy
Allen,
felt
no,
on
no, no.
terrace
Take it, man.
after
More
that
power
we
to
one,
can always-
Andra.
which
ahead.
guy?
The tall guy.
Yeah, the
The
Werner
one
stuff's
that's-
more that thing.
Dammy?
It's just hard to
Yeah, I
understand
think
that.
when they talked about
tall guy,
before
definitely.
Manchester United, he was like talking to the
Yeah,
other guy.
Dammy.
Yeah. I wonder how he felt after the draw. Because he was saying we were slapping him 6-0.
Nah, I must have been probably. I mean, I was the only one, or at least that I know, that predicted the draw. Anyway,
Right, so
That's
close to
no,
the game. It
I
says,
don't know. I wasn't gassed going into it.
who is more frustrating, Werner or Willian? That's a very good question.
Nah, Werner, you know what you're
No,
gonna
I
get
think
from
I
Willian.
think William would have put most of those goals away. To be fair,
Willian had more tech, but his crossing was Jesus Christ.
William
I'm not sure, you know. Both pissed me off to no end.
I'd say Willian just because we had a longer period of having to watch it. Like we
Yeah,
had
but
more
like,
seasons.
that was more painful for
Listen,
us.
Willian at least had low
No.
post moves, man.
yeah,
I would
No, but
say,
that's
I
the
would say
point.
Werner's
he
more.
can finish the ball. If
I would say
in the-
Werner is more frustrating. At least Willian in the. I know it happened on a few occasions, but at certain times he did turn up. So
Certain times, like so did Timo.
What time?
Yeah.
Name one.
I don't. I like
There's
Timo,
been
but
like odd
he hasn't
in that.
really turned up.
I'm kidding.
William,
Don't name
I
names, bro.
said, great ball. William was always a great ball progressor. Brilliant dribbling, but I'm never getting over his deer in the headlights.
It's a shitty first touch. His balls are always like on his chest. Like
You were saying he was more technical.
You gotta wait for him to
Where?
finish. See what?
Technical where, bro?
Nah, he's definitely more techie than Werner.
Yeah, that's more tech than Werner, but
Yeah, but come on, like the standards are at the floor if it's Werner's tech.
But that's what the comparison is.
You're comparing a creative winger to an inside forward.
I'll just say a winger.
No, he's not an inside forward. He's
What is
serious
this
question though? Is it? He was balling out, and is it a confident, like serious question? I know we bash him. Is it a confidence thing, or is this just who he is? Because he did not look like that playing in Germany.
You know, the level rose.
Jamie, Andrew knows I haven't rated Willian for years. I don't know why he's surprised. Come on, man. I've been brutally honest with it. I barely rated Willian since about 2015, and that's about it. It was great. Big up for Project Restart when you wanted the contract and the 2 goals at White Hart Lane. But other than that, I can't really be bothered.
You're not alone. I never liked the guy.
At least Willian could do a flip.
Alex. At least you understand. Like, good servant and everything. Brilliant at decoy runs and all of that too. And
I
a great
say he was a good servant either.
Let's act like he was one of the best players we had over the last decade. He wasn't. We just kept him around for so long because our attacking quality dipped every single year. Conte first season, Willian was elite though. He barely played. Like, I won't say anything about first season because obviously he had everything that happened with his mum and that. So of course he wasn't going to play regularly. But we barely saw a lot of him. Everyone was elite that season, so I'll give him credit for that. But I don't really like talking about 16-17 because of the off-the-pitch issues. I don't really want to get into that sort of stuff. That's why I feel like it's a bit too far. 17-18 though, 18-19, absolutely horrendous. That's why if you're asking Werner or Willian, I don't really know what to tell you, innit? Like, I think Willian just, but like this really isn't a good debate to have. It's just jarring.
It's just useless.
I watched back.
Yeah, you know what, Willian, because he could at least dribble. I'll give him that. He could dribble.
Yeah.
And his decision making.
I watched back. I watched back the CL final yesterday, and up until we scored, the chances Werner missed. Oh man,
I've never seen such a poor finisher. He just toe pokes. That's all he does. He toe pokes.
I don't
know.
Lewis, you know the worst thing is his positioning when receiving a ball. Even when shooting, it's poor.
I don't know if it's confidence or whatever.
You just made a bad comment, man. No,
Had a
Timo
set-piece
over
purple
Remy.
patch.
Are you kidding me? Remy was
Not over Remy. Nah, respect 14-15 Remy.
Yo, man.
14-15 Remy was the guy. That's one of the best number 2
Yeah.
stars.
He's mad. He's clinical.
Yo, Remy is a bowler, man.
Remy 14-15 was the guy. He was
he was just
he was
super
younger.
injury prone, man.
Well,
He's not even younger. He came to us when he was what, 25? My man was just so injury prone.
He came up clutch so many times for us. Manchester City. There was a whole game at home.
The guy
There's
just
a few as well down off the top of my head.
He's clinical.
In April,
Remy was good enough to be a starting striker. Like was he not linked to Arsenal at the time as well? Or was it Spurs
we
or
took
something?
him.
Remy would have started for most teams, bro.
Yeah.
Declared says Willian was great at stopping play so the opponent's defense can get. Yes, that's as soon as he got to the final third. Just hold the ball for about 10-15 seconds and then hit the first man with a cross. Rinse and repeat. He would have been a great centre mid for us because his ball progression was levels. I'll never shit on his dribbling. His dribbling was excellent.
The thing about Remy was
still Chelsea's best striker of the decade. Yeah, I don't really think anyone else.
Remy was that when that season,
depends. If you're talking the decade from now, then yeah. Because if it's 2010, I think Drogba still edges that.
Remy never took advantage because when either Costa got suspended or injured, he got injured as well.
That and Jose never like to rotate.
No, he doesn't like.
Especially after we lost
Jose never likes to rotate the striker.
Not Bradford.
You know, his main striker will play every league game possible, no matter what.
Yeah, and he really, especially in the second half of the season when everyone dipped, he just didn't like rotating a lot. When we lost 4-2 to Bradford, he said it was because he rotated and he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I said opinion on Schürrle, and you think he does? Yeah, he did. He definitely deserved more time at Chelsea.
Yeah,
Shame
yeah, yeah.
when we did,
Yeah.
especially for fucking Cuadrado.
Oh man.
Like,
Fuck you, man.
Good Lord.
and then we got Cuadrado and gave him Salah for free in the deal. So if you want to talk about doubly packing yourselves.
I don't remember us giving that much time to Cuadrado as well.
No, he left straight after, I think.
No, Cuadrado had game time. He just didn't do anything with the game time.
Yeah,
I swear he had like 3 starts.
I want to give him game time.
Yeah,
man.
what is mad is that he would have been the perfect wing back for Conte, but then he left that summer, and Moses got the chance. So
yeah, to be fair, you wouldn't notice that 2 years before he joins.
Yeah, true.
Right. I've got to go and get ready for the Watford away trip. Anyone got anything else they want to add?
Come on, Chelsea.
Timo Werner out.
Have that finished the class.
Right, big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. Check out the matchday vlog and the reviews on Chelsea Fan TV later tonight. And we'll be back tomorrow for a Watford review, I guess. Take care, like and subscribe. We'll leave you, as always, with the Danish Maldini. Take care, like and subscribe. And as always, up the fucking shelves.